Hi guys, welcome to another video. I am CAC Surya. I'll be taking performance management subject. So here in this video, we will be covering CVP analysis, cost volume profit analysis. The entire chapter will be uploaded along with example questions. Let's proceed. How will we find profit? In easy terms, how will we find profit? Sales price minus cost. How much we sold minus how much cost we incurred. Sales minus cost will give you profit. All cost, sales minus your total cost will give you profit. We are going to split the cost into two things. The costs will be classified into two categories. One is called as your variable cost, one is called as your fixed cost. I will tell you what it means. We'll assume we are a shirt manufacturing company. We are manufacturing only one type of shirts, only one shirt we are manufacturing. We are manufacturing shirt. To manufacture shirt, what and all is required? To manufacture one this shirt, what and all is required? I mean, not mentioning raw materials. I'm asking. Setup is ready. Factory is ready. Factory is open. Factory is ready. Now to manufacture the shirt, what and all is required? First, the raw materials, labor. What else? Electricity. What else? Machinery. Everything we kept and we bought and we kept. It is all ready. What else is required? Electricity, labor, raw materials. This all is required. Now, to manufacture this shirt, what and all cost we will incur? Labor cost we will incur. Raw material cost we will incur. Cotton and all you have to buy raw material cost. What other cost we will incur? Electricity. To machinery, electricity need. We need electricity to machine. Electricity. What else? Rent, factory rent. We have to pay rent to our owner. Factory rent. What else? As some salary person you have to put. For him you have to pay some amount. What is the difference between the salary and what is the difference between wages? Exactly. Wages we pay only if you are manufacturing. For example, in manufacturing entities, what happens is they will tell if you produce 10 shirts, for one shirt we will give you 10 rupees. Labor is not like that. One admin team, one auntie will be working on laptop. We have to pay monthly 15,000 rupees. Whether we manufacture 10 shirts or 20 shirts, we have to pay 15,000 rupees. That is the difference between salary and wages. So for laborers, we pay wages. Daily laborers, we pay wages. For employees, we pay salary. There is a difference between both. Now we saw 5 costs. Whatever we saw raw material, we saw labor, we saw electricity, rent and salary for our employee. We will split this into 2, 3 and 2. First 3 is raw material, labor and electricity. These 3 costs, if you see, there is some similarity. We will incur these 3 costs only if we run our factory. We will incur these 3 costs only if we manufacture some products. Only if we manufacture the shirt, we will incur raw material cost. Only if we manufacture the shirt, we will pay wages. Only if we manufacture the shirt and open or run our machine, we will pay electricity. So the cost which we incur only if we produce, those costs are called as variable costs. So variable costs are those costs which keep on increasing with increase in your production. If we produce 1 unit, cost will be incurred accordingly. We'll assume for 1 unit, labor, raw material, electricity inclusive is 35 rupees for 1 unit. For 2 units, 70 rupees. For 3 units, 105. For 4 units, 140. So if you see this cost, it keeps on increasing if we keep increasing our production. So that is called as variable cost. What is the definition? The cost keeps on increasing with increase in our production. Tell what is variable cost definition? Cost keeps on increasing with increase in our production. Tell along with hand movements. Cost keeps on increasing with increase in your production. To do separately. Do separately. What is variable cost? Cost keeps on increasing with increase in your production. Tell all of you, cost keeps on increasing with increase in your production. This is called as variable cost. Now this month Corona came. I closed my factory. Will I incur any variable cost? No variable cost. So if there is no production, I will not incur any variable cost. But can I go and tell my owner saying that, ma'am, this month I didn't sell any units, I didn't produce, I will not pay you rent. If I tell her, will she accept? No. So salary, I have an employee who's monthly employed with them. 15 days I'm closing my factory. Can I go and tell her I am closing my factory for 15 days? 15 days I will not pay her salary. If I tell like this, will she accept? No. So these costs, if you see, I have to pay them irrespective of whether I produce or not. One more advantage is this cost is, I have to pay them irrespective of whether I produce or not. Even if I produce 10,000, 20,000 units, I will have to pay same rent only. If I produce 0 units, I will have to pay same rent only. If I produce 10,000 units, I have to pay same salary only. If I produce 0 units, I have to pay same salary only. Cost will remain the same irrespective of number of units I produce. These costs are called as fixed costs. These costs are called as, so cost will remain the same irrespective of number of units we produce. Variable cost is cost keeps on increasing with increase in your production. Fixed cost is cost remains the same irrespective of your production. Again I will tell, variable cost is cost keeps on increasing with increase in your production. Same, increase in your production. Fixed cost remains the same irrespective of your number of units produced or production. Understood? This is the difference between fixed cost and definitional. They will not ask. Just for remembering, I am telling you. Now tell me, what is the formula for finding profit? Total cost. Sales minus total cost will give you profit. That total cost will classify into two. What are the two classification? Variable cost and fixed cost. Okay, now we will write. First, take your books. All of you have your books, rough note, not your theory note, rough note. Write sales. Write sales. Theory book is not required today, but from tomorrow get a theory book. Have one rough note, one theory book. Today theory book is not required, today only rough note. Rough note questions and all we use one book, theory will use separate book. Right, sales minus sales, below that you have to write sales, below that write minus variable cost, put a total line and that will be called as contribution. I will tell you what it means. Sales minus total, look, sales minus variable cost will give you contribution. Minus contribution you got minus fixed cost, you will get profit. Sales minus variable cost, you will get contribution. Minus fixed cost, you will get profit. You have to write it in this format. Sales minus variable cost, you will get contribution. Minus fixed cost, you will get profit. 5 line items should be there. Understood all of you. Now we will see why they've named it contribution. We can name it anything. They've named it contribution for a reason. We can name it anything. Now we will see why they named it contribution. Before that, we will do one question to find out. Same format I gave you, find out the answer. I sold 10,000 units. Sold 10,000 units. Selling price per unit is 10 rupees. Sold 10,000 units. Selling price per unit is 20 rupees. Selling price per unit is 20 rupees. Variable cost per unit is 12 rupees. Fixed cost is 30,000 rupees. Fixed cost is 30,000 rupees. What is profit? Try to do. It's not that you have to get the answer. What matters is how much you're able to analyze. This is self-assessment. This is just self-assessment. Don't take any pressure. Try to analyze and write how much ever you can. What is the profit you got? You got 50,000, 50,000. Any other answer? What do you got? 50,000. Okay, look, let me tell you. How many units we sold? 10,000. Into what is the selling price per unit? So what is the total sales? 2 lakhs. 2 lakhs. 2 lakhs. 10,000 into 20, 2 lakhs. What is variable cost per unit? 12. So variable cost also increases based on the number of pieces produced. So we produce 10,000 units. Into 12 rupees is the cost per unit. So what is the total variable cost? 1,20,000. So sales is 2 lakhs minus variable cost is 1,20,000. What is the contribution we got? 80,000. Minus what we have to do? Fixed cost. What is the fixed cost? 30,000. If you do that, how much you are getting? 50,000 is your profit. Now let me explain to you why it's called as contribution. I got 2 lakhs. I made some sale. I got 2 lakhs. With that, first I have to pay my raw material, labor, and all I paid. After paying everyone, I had 80,000 rupees left with me. From this 80,000, I paid rent and all for 30,000, and what is left with the 50,000, that is called as profit. This 80,000, why is it called as contribution? Is it talks about how much it contributes to recovering fixed cost. How much it is contributing to the recovery of fixed cost. That is, it is giving 80,000 rupees to recover my fixed cost. Contribution, the word that you can keep any word. You can keep any word of your choice. And why they've kept 80,000 rupees, that amount as contribution, that name as contribution is, it talks about how much it contributes to recovering fixed cost. How much fixed cost I have to recover? How much it's contributing? 80,000. What is the profit? 50,000. This is what they are saying here. Contribution is 80,000 minus fixed cost is 30,000. Your profit is 50,000. This is what we have done, a very, very important format. With this format, we can do wonders. I will tell you how. We are going to do wonders. With this format today, we are going to do wonders. I will tell you how we are going to do. Understood this now? Now, let's see a small formula. So before that, tell me this format now once. Sales minus variable cost, contribution minus fixed cost will give you profit. Now we will see a formula. I want to start a business. I'm going and asking my parents for 1 lakh rupees. They're saying something to me. They're like, I will give you 1 lakh, no problem. I will give you 1 lakh. But never in my life you have to come back again to me and ask me 1 more rupee. I will give you 1 lakh today to start your business. You do whatever business you want. But never in my life you have to come back and ask me money. Again you have to ask me money. I'll not give you 1 rupee extra. To ensure that I don't go and ask her, she's asking me a question. I don't want profit in your business. But I don't want you to incur loss also in your business. She's saying, I don't want profit in your business, but at the same time, I don't want you to incur any loss also in the business. She's asking me, how much if you sell in a month, will you be able to pay off all your fixed costs and have nothing with you? I don't want profit, I don't want loss, I want you to earn 0 rupees. In the previous case, what was her contribution? 80,000. If our contribution was 30,000 rupees, what will happen? I had some amount, I had 30,000 rupees with me. With 30,000, if I pay my fixed cost, I will have 0 rupees with me. The 0 rupees is called as break-even point. And 0 rupees here is called as break-even point. That is, how much if you sell in a month, will you be able to break even? That is what my mom wants. She doesn't care how much profit I make. Because for safety reasons, I have to prove to her. Look mom, if I sell 100 units per month, I will be able to break even. Random number I'm saying. If I sell 100 units per month, I will be able to break even. I will be easily able to sell 150 units. So don't worry, I will be able to break even. That 100 units we found out now. How we are going to find out, we are going to see now. You tell me, we'll have another example. My monthly fixed cost, salary, rent, everything monthly fixed cost is 500 rupees. How much? 500 rupees. My selling price per unit is 100 rupees. My variable cost is Okay, we'll assume our fixed cost to be 100 rupees. Fixed cost is 100. So not fixed cost, sales. Sorry. Fixed cost. Fixed cost 100 rupees in total. I have to pay salary, rent, everything inclusive is 100 rupees. Okay. My selling price per unit is 20 rupees. Selling price per unit is how much? 20 rupees. My variable cost is 10 rupees. Nothing you are right. Nothing you are right. My variable cost is 10 rupees. My selling price per unit is how much? My variable cost per unit is how much? Contribution per unit is how much? So I got 20 rupees. I paid 20 rupees, 10 rupees. How much is left with me? With this, can I pay my rent, salary? One more unit I sold. How much will I have? With 20, 10 plus 10, 20. With this, can I pay my rent? One more unit I sold. Can I pay my rent? One more. Can I pay my rent? One more. Can I pay my rent? How many units I sold? 5 units. Like that, how many units I have to sell in order to pay my rent? I have to sell 10 units. 10 plus 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 like that. I have to sell 10 units. How did you find 10 units? Huh? Fixed cost 100. But how did you find 10 units? 10 units, how did you find out? You have to sell 10 units, get 100 rupees. How did you find the 10 units? Contribution divided by fixed cost. 10 rupees divided by 100 rupees, you'll get 0.1 only. Fixed cost divided by contribution. My fixed cost is 100 rupees. Divided by contribution per unit is 10 rupees. 100 divided by 10, I will get 10 units. So I have to sell 10 units in a month in order to break even. Tell me, what is the formula for break even point? Fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. You have to be very specific. In the previous case, we saw total sales, total variable cost, total contribution, minus total cost, minus total fixed cost, we got profit. Here we are taking selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. If you do, you will get contribution per unit. So fixed cost divided by contribution per unit is your variable cost, is your break even point in units. Understood, all of you? What is the break even point formula now? Tell me. Divided by contribution per unit. Stress out on that word because in exam students will forget. Exam they will go and try to take the total contribution. If you do fixed cost by total contribution, you will not arrive at any answer. So the per unit value is very important. Understood, all of you? Understood break even point now. Now there's a question here. Take your books and write down. Selling price per unit is 200. Variable cost per unit is 40. Fixed cost is 6 lakhs. Fixed cost is 6 lakhs. What is my break-even point? Selling price is 200. Variable cost is 40. Fixed cost is 6 lakhs. Anyone who doesn't have a calculator can take calculator. Selling price 200, variable cost 40, 200 per unit, variable cost per unit is 40, fixed cost is 6 lakhs. What is break even point? No? Selling price is 200, variable cost is 40, fixed cost is 6 lakhs. Okay, any other answer? We have 3,750, we have 750. Any other answer? I don't know the answer. We have 3,750. We have 3,750. First, we will see one by one. What is break-even point formula? Fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. What is fixed cost I gave you? Fixed cost 6 lakhs. What is contribution per unit formula? Sales per unit minus variable cost per unit. Sales is 200 minus variable cost per unit is 40. Contribution per unit is 160. 6 lakhs divided by 160 if you do, that is fixed cost divided by contribution per unit if you do, you will get 3750 units. Now, I sold 5,000 units in that month. What is my profit? I sold 5,000 units. What is my profit? The same case, I sold 5,000 units. What is my profit?
8 lakh.
2 lakhs, 8 lakhs. Any other answer? 2 lakhs. Any other answer? 2 lakhs. Got it? Okay, got 2 lakhs. Very easy. How many units? 5,000 units is sold. What is the selling price per unit? 200. 5,000 units into 200 minus 5,000 units into 40. You will get the total contribution. Minus 6 lakhs fixed cost if you put, you will get your profit. 5,000 units into 200 minus 5,000 units into 40. If you do, you will get your contribution. That minus fixed cost 6 lakhs if you do, you will get your profit. Understood? That will be 2 lakhs. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now tell me this. How much extra units we sold more than the break-even point? 1,250. Total units we sold is 5,000 units. How many units we need to sell in order to break even? 3,750 we found in the previous example. Extra how much we sold? 1,250. The 1,250 is called as margin of safety. The 1,250 is called as, the word is called as margin of safety. In exam they will ask find the break even point. Find the margin of safety. If you ask first, how do you find margin of safety? First find your break even point. Total units minus break even point units, you will get your margin of safety units. Understood all of you? Yes or no? They will ask margin of safety in percentage also sometimes. This normal margin of safety units is 1250. They will ask margin of safety in percentage terms. In that case, what you have to do is 1250 is margin of safety divided by total number of units is 5,000 into 100. If you put, you will get margin of safety as percentage. How much? 25%. What is break even point up for? What is break even point in percentage terms? 75%. The rest will be break even point. 37. You can either do 3750 divided by 5,000 into 100 or 100% minus 25% will give 75%. The break even point plus margin of safety is your total. Understood all of you? Yes or no? So again, we'll have a recap. What is our format? The profit, to find profit, what is our format? We followed sales minus variable cost, contribution minus fixed cost, get profit. How do we find contribution per unit? Selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit, you will get contribution per unit. What is break even point formula? Divided by contribution per unit. What is margin of safety formula? Total units minus break even point units. Margin of safety is nothing but total units minus break even point units. How do you find margin of safety and break even point in percentage terms? Margin of safety divided by total units, you will get into 100. Break even point divided by total units into 100. If you put, you will get both in percentage terms. Understood all of you? Now, okay. Now we will see another formula. So break even point we found out, is it amount or units? Units. My mom came and asked me how much you have to sell in order to break even. I told her 3,750 units. For how much you have to sell in order to break even? If she asks me a question like this, what you will do? 3,750 number of units into selling price 200 rupees. If you do, you will get the total sales you have to make in order to break even. What you did? 3,750 units into selling price per unit 200 rupees. If you do, you will get total how much you have to sell in order to break even. Understood? We have a formula to directly find that out. Instead of finding out the break-even number of units and then multiplying by the selling price per unit, we have a formula to directly find that out. Formula is called as CS ratio. CS ratio. Not my name, not C Surya. Actual CS, I'm not telling. Actual the name is CS ratio. CS ratio is nothing but contribution to sales ratio. You only tell what the formula might be. Contribution by sales into 100. Nothing. How much contribution divided by sales into 100. That is your CS ratio. Contribution by sales into 100. What is CS ratio formula? Sales into 100. Suppose my contribution is 60 rupees. Sales is 100 rupees. What is my CS ratio? Contribution 60 rupees. In percentage? 60%. Into 100, if you put 60% you will get. Why we are finding CS ratio is, I will tell you the benefit or the advantage of finding a CS ratio. Suppose your business, every business will have a standard CS ratio. It will keep on changing from season to season, but generally it will have a standard CS ratio. Suppose for a shirt business, the CS ratio is 40% or 60%. CS ratio 60%. What it means is, if I am getting 2 lakhs, in that 60% will be my contribution. Instead of separately finding variable cost and then finding contribution, if I have 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs into 60%, that is 1,20,000, it will be my contribution. We can easily find out. For example, you know your monthly fixed cost is 80,000 rupees. You made a sale of 2 lakhs. You will easily find out saying 2 lakhs are 2 lakhs into 60%. What will be left with me is only 1,20,000. With 1,20,000, if you pay 80,000 rupees, I'll have 40,000 rupees profit. For easy analyzing, we are finding CS ratio. Not only for that, CS ratio will be used in the formula. I will tell you how to use. What is a break-even point formula? Fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. What is fixed break-even point formula? Fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. If you do this, you will get amount or units. To get amount, what we have to do? The units, the break-even point units we found out into selling price per unit we have to find out, and we have to find the break-even point in sales amount. We are directly going to find that amount now. I will tell you how to find out. Normal break-even point is fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Now, instead of contribution per unit, we will do fixed cost divided by CS ratio. What is a CS ratio? Sales. Contribution divided by sales, and we found out to be 60%. So, fixed cost, some amount, divided by 60% if you do, you will get your break-even point directly in sales amount. We will do one question, you will understand everything clearly. Selling price per unit is 25. Selling price per unit is 25. Variable cost per unit is 20. Fixed cost is 50,000 rupees. Fixed cost is 50,000 rupees. First, calculate break-even point in units. Calculate break-even point in units. You can use a calculator. 10,000. Okay. 50,000. Fixed cost is 50,000. Calculate break-even point in units. What you got? 10,000. Fixed cost 50,000. Divided by contribution per unit, that is 25 minus 20. If you do, you will get 5 rupees. Selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit, if you will get the contribution per unit. Fixed cost 50,000 divided by contribution per unit, if you do, you will get 10,000 units as your break even point. Now tell me break even point in sales amount. Leave CS ratio. Using our formula, what is 2 lakh? 50,000. What you did? 10,000 units you have to sell into 25 per unit is the selling price. So 2,50,000 worth of goods you have to sell in order to break even. Understood all of you? Yes or no? Okay. Nothing. 10,000 units you have to sell. I'm asking how much amount we have to sell. 10,000 units into selling price per unit is 25. 10,000 into 25 if you do, you get 2,50,000 rupees as your amount you have to sell in order to break even. Now, before proceeding to the next question, I forgot to tell you a small concept. We'll learn that and go. In our small example, what was the fixed cost? In our small example, first example we saw 100. We saw first example 100 rupees of the fixed cost. What is the selling price per unit? 20. Variable cost was 10. Contribution per unit was 10. How much you have to sell in order to break even? 10 units. 100 divided by 10, 20 minus 10, 10. 100 divided by 10, 10 units you have to sell. My mom, now she's coming and changing her words. Now she's saying, I don't want you to break even. I want you to earn a profit of 20 rupees. She's saying, along with, I want you to earn a profit of 20 rupees. In that case, how many units you have to sell? 12. How do you find out 12? We have to recover our 100 rupees plus we need profit of 20 rupees. At the end of the day, we need 120. So that 100 rupees we will pay, 20 rupees we will have with us. So we need 100 rupees plus 20 rupees we need divided by contribution per unit is 10. If you do that, you will get 12 rupees, 12 units. What is the formula for this? Fixed cost plus required profit. How much my mom is asking? Required profit divided by contribution per unit. So required profit question if they ask in the exam, the formula is fixed cost plus required profit divided by contribution per unit. Understood all of you? Now, coming to our question. This question which I gave you recently. The question they are asking, calculate how much units I have to sell in order to get a profit of 40,000 rupees. Calculate how much units I have to sell in order to get a profit of 40,000 rupees. Hmm? 10,000? Okay. Any other answer? You can use your calculator. One answer we have 10,800. 18,000 we have one answer. Any other answer? 18,000 we have. What they given the question? Calculate the amount of units I have to sell in order to get a profit of 40,000. So we have to recover fixed costs. Along with that, we have to recover profit also. So what is the fixed cost? 50,000 plus what is the profit? 40,000. Totally we need 90,000 divided by break-even point per unit is 5. So 90,000 divided by 5 will give you 18,000 units. So if I sell 18,000 units, I can pay a fixed cost of 50,000 and I will be able to get a profit of 40,000 rupees also. Can we assure again whether it's correct or not? We will see whether it's working or not. How many units I told you? We got 18,000 now. So what should be our sales? Sales is equal to 18,000. We are just verifying. 18,000 into 25. So what is the total sales? 4,50,000. This is verification. Only this is not required in the exam. Only we are verifying. Minus what is the variable cost per unit? 20. So 18,000 into 20. How much you are getting? 3,60,000. So total we have contribution of how much? Contribution of 90,000. Minus what is the fixed cost? 50,000. Profit is, are we getting a profit of 40,000? We should get a profit of 40,000. We should get a profit of 40,000. Understood all of you? Now, if required profit is given in the question, what is the formula we will use? Fixed cost plus required profit divided by contribution per unit. Only break-even point means fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Understood all of you? Now let's proceed to the next part. Third part of the same question, third part. The company is expecting to sell 13,000 units. Second question is totally different question. Leave that. Second part I gave you is totally different. Now coming to third part. The company is expected to sell 13,000 units. what is the margin of safety? The company is expected to sell 13,000 units. What is the margin of safety? Units. What is the margin of safety units?
3,000.
We have 3,000 units as one answer. Any other answer? What is the margin of safety units? 3,000, 15,000. Any other answer? Okay, listen. Now I'll do. Total how much I sold? Total how much I sold?
31.
Total how much the company is expecting to sell? 13,000 units. What is the break-even units?
10,000.
10,000 units. Anything above your break-even point is a margin of safety. So 13,000 minus 10,000. 3,000 units is your margin of safety units. 3,000 units margin of safety. Anything above your break-even units is your margin of safety units. Understood? So what is the formula for margin of safety? Total units minus break-even point units. Margin of safety units is equal to total units minus break-even point units. They are asking margin of safety in percentage. Tell me, what is margin of safety in percentage terms? 23% is one answer. Okay, any other answer? Margin of safety in percentage. Nothing. In total, what is margin of safety units? Margin of safety is 3,000 units. Divided by total units is 13,000 units. Into 100 if you put, you will get 23% as your margin of safety percentage. What is break-even point percentage? 77. The rest, you can either do 100 minus 23 or you can again find out 10,000 units divided by 30,000 units. If you do, you will get your margin of safety percentage. Understood all of you? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, next question they are asking. Calculate CS ratio. I'll listen to me. CS ratio, you can use two formulas. Listen, you can write later. You can either write total contribution divided by total sales or contribution per unit divided by sales per unit. You use any formula, you'll get the same answer only. What is CS ratio? 20% we have one answer. CS ratio, contribution divided by sales. One more answer, we have 25%. What is contribution per unit?
5.
5. Divided by what is sales per unit? 25. 5 divided by 25 into 100 if you put, you will get 20%. Understood? Or total contributions you can take. Total 13,000 units. 5 into 13,000 units divided by 25 into 13,000 units into 100 if you put also, you get the same answer. It is advisable to do this because easier formula. Understood? When we have per unit, why unnecessarily take for all units? Understood? CS ratio. Okay. Now they are asking, in the first question we found break-even point in units. No. Did we find break-even point in sales amount? How much we got? 2,50,000 we got. Now we will find that using this formula. What is the new formula we saw from break-even point to find in sales revenue? Break-even point in amount. Fixed cost divided by CS ratio. Instead of fixed cost divided by contribution per unit, we can use fixed cost divided by CS ratio. What is the CS ratio? 20%. What is the fixed cost? 50,000. 50,000 divided by 20%. What you are getting? 2,50,000. 2,50,000 we got. Is it matching with the previous answer? Is it matching with the previous answer?
Yes.
All of them. So break-even point, what are the two formulas we saw?
Break-even
Units and break-even in amount. Break-even units, how we'll find out?
units.
Fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Break-even point in amount using old formula we will find out that units into sales amount. Or new formula we will find out fixed cost divided by CS ratio. What is CS ratio formula? Contribution by sales into 100. What is margin of safety formula? Total units minus break-even units. If they ask in percentage, what we will do? Margin of safety units divided by total units. Break-even point in percentage, they ask what we have to do? Break-even point units divided by total units. One last, and then I will give you time to discuss for 10 minutes. How much sales we have to make in order to break even, we found out. What formula used? How much sales we have to make in order to break even, what formula you used? And how much amount in break even means what formula we used? Fixed cost divided by CS ratio. If you find that, you will get how much amount you have to sell in order to get break even. In order to break even, they have given a question: how much sales you have to make in order to get a profit of 40,000. What might be the formula? Fixed cost plus required profit divided by CS ratio. If you do divide by contribution per unit, you will get the number of units. They are asking in amount. So fixed cost plus required profit divided by CS ratio. If you do, you will get the answer for that. How much you are getting? Required profit is 40,000. Required profit is 40,000. How much you are getting? 4,50,000. Understood all of you? Yes or no? This chart, what we are going to see right now, is very important. Some or the other exam, they will definitely ask this chart. Either in 2 marks MCQ they might ask, or section B for 10 marks they might ask, or for section C 20 marks also they will ask as some part of it. Very, very important chart we are going to see. First to chart, what is this axis called? Huh? Y-axis. This is called as your x-axis. This is called as y-axis. This is called x-axis. This will assume it to be amount. This will assume it to be the number of units. There is no specific this thing as to what should be. It can be anything. We can assume it to be anything. Based on that concept, we will assume y-axis to be something, x-axis to be something. For this concept, y-axis is amount and x-axis is number of units. You tell me. This is amount. We will draw one line. 3 lines totally we have to draw. One is sales line, one is total cost line, one is fixed cost line. 3 lines you will draw. In the next 5 minutes, you will know it very thoroughly. Wait for some time. Sales. If you sell 0 units, what will be a sales value? 0. If you sell, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is 100, 150, 200, 300, random numbers. If you sell 1 unit, what will be your sales value? Random, 50. 2 units means? 3 units means? 150, 4 units. One exam, they will not ask you to draw a graph, but they will give draft and you have to be in a position to analyze the graph. But we will know how to draw it more easier. So, sales, as units keep on increasing, sales amount also will keep on increasing. No. So, the graph goes like this. So, if you see 1 unit means this amount, 2 units means this amount, 3 units means this amount, 4 units means this amount, 5 units means this amount, and so on. It keeps on going like this. This is your sales line. Fixed cost. We will come to fixed cost. If I sell 0 units, what will be my fixed cost? Some amount will be there. 100 rupees or 200, whatever. 1 unit now, what will be the fixed cost? 0 also same, 100 rupees some amount here. 1 unit also some amount. 2 units also some amount. 3 also some amount. 4 also some amount. 5 also some amount means fixed cost line will be like this. As number of units keep on increasing, my fixed cost amount will remain the same. It will not change. What is this line? Sales. As my cost, number of units keep on increasing, my sales amount will keep on increasing. Fixed cost. As my number of units keep on increasing, my fixed cost is going to remain the same. Now, at 0 units, what will be my total cost? Think and tell. At 0 units, fixed cost. If I don't sell any units, my total cost is what? My fixed cost. If I don't sell any units at the end of the month, whatever is my fixed cost, that will be my only cost because variable cost will be 0. So total cost line also starts from here. At 0 units, total cost line will be equal to fixed cost. At 1 unit, what will be my fixed cost? Sorry, total cost? My fixed cost plus my variable cost for that unit. 2 units, fixed cost plus variable cost. So this line, it goes like this. It starts the total cost. My total cost line starts from my fixed cost. Very important, starts from my fixed cost. And it goes on like this. It goes on like, I'll tell you why like this. At this point, if you see, my sales and my total cost, they are matching. What is that point? Break-even point. Update straight line, you come down. This will be the break-even point, number of units. Update straight point, you go there. This will be the break-even point in amount. Exam, this they will give you. They will ask you, what is the total cost at 0 units? They will ask you. You have to write at 0 units, total cost will be equal to fixed cost, and this amount is the total cost. What is the break-even point in units? They will ask you. From this point, whichever line is coming in will be your break-even point units. What is the break-even point in sales revenue? They will ask you. From this point, whichever is going in, this will be a break-even point in sales revenue. And this is your sales line, this is the total cost line. Initially, you see your sales will be less than your total cost. Until this point, your sales will be less than your total cost. What is the reason? Exactly. We haven't reached the break-even point and it will take time to recover the fixed cost. Initially, total sales is less than total cost is because fixed cost is there. As you keep paying more and more sales, he'll start recovering a fixed cost. So after break-even point, sales will be more than total cost. Before break-even point, sales will be less than total cost. This is not they're asking MCQ. Before break-even point, your sales is here, total cost is here. At break-even point, they're same. After break-even point, your sales is here, your total cost is here. Loss. That's what it means. I'm not even break-even now. I'm currently making a loss. What line is this? Fixed cost. Fixed cost will always be parallel to x-axis. They will ask which line will be parallel to x-axis. They will ask. Fixed cost line will always be parallel to x-axis. Nothing more is there to learn here. Understood this graph also. Nothing more is there in the graph. Please take 2 minutes and discuss this graph once. Okay, in this graph, if you see, we don't see what they have written. Ignore that. We will find out what is the line that is parallel to x-axis. That is a fixed cost. That is your fixed cost. It will remain the same irrespective of how many units you produce. As units keep on increasing, our cost is remaining the same. From fixed cost, one line is going up now. What is that line? Total cost. Without seeing above, you should tell. That is total cost. Absolutely right. From fixed cost, water line is going above will be your total cost. From 0, one line is starting now. What is that line? Sales. So sales will always start from 0 only because at 0 units, your sales will be 0. Understood? That is the sales amount. The place where your total revenue or that is total sales and total cost intersect is called as your break-even point. Up there you come down, that point is your break-even point in units. Up there you go to the left, that point is your break-even point in amount. Total units is given X, they given no. They marked X in the total revenue line, no. That is the total. Up there you come down, you will get the total units. So that total units and break-even point, difference between that will be your margin of safety. Understood all of you? This is what you have to know. Okay. One more thing we will see. In the same graph you see, one arrow they have marked between total cost and fixed cost now. Total cost is some amount. Fixed cost is here. Total cost minus fixed cost. Water balance is your variable cost. Total is this much. This is total. From down to above, this is total. In that, this part is fully fixed cost. But the above part will fully be variable cost. Understood all of you? Now we will see one more small graph. We'll see one small graph. Based on that, we'll do one question and then we'll close today's class. Okay. Now we will draw. Now we will see one more graph called as what is the graph we drew now? What is the graph called as? It's called as break-even chart. The graph you drew currently is called as break-even chart. Now we are going to draw a graph called as PV chart. Profit volume chart. What the previous chart called as? Break-even chart. In break-even chart, what is the y-axis? What is the x-axis? Number of units. What and all we drew? In the what and all lines we drew that? Fixed cost, total cost from fixed cost, sales from 0. And then break-even point, when it comes down, it is a break-even point in units. When break-even point goes left, it is break-even point in amount. Above break-even point till total, what is margin of safety? This is what we saw till now. Now we will see something called as profit volume chart. How we had amount and volume. So this quantity is volume. How we had amount and volume in a break-even chart. Here we will have profit and volume. There we saw entire amount. We saw sales, we saw total cost, everything we saw. But here we will not see everything. We will see only profit and we will see only volume. That is units. Huh? Sales after, no, I will come to that. Both profit and loss. Here we will see both profit and loss. Your y-axis will be both profit and loss. Your x-axis will be number of units, volume. That is volume. Listen to me. This is my y-axis. There we started from 0. Here we will start from negative. So y 0 will be in between. This is y-axis. This is x-axis. This point is 0. Below is fully negative. Above is fully positive. At 0 units, if I sell 0 units, what will be my loss? Fixed cost. If I sell 0 units in a month, I have to pay 10,000 or 20,000 rupees out of my own pocket. At 0 units, my fixed cost will be, sorry, my loss. My loss will be my fixed cost. So I will go and mark here at 0 units, my loss, it will be loss. I'll have loss. At one point, it will intersect y-axis. At which point will it intersect my y-axis? Break-even point. Here it is 0, no profit, no loss. This is profit, this is loss. At 0 point, no profit, no loss. Somewhere here it will intersect. Somewhere it will intersect. This part is called as my break-even point. And above this is called as my profit. Above this it will be my profit. And so these are 3 things we have to see here. First, y-axis. X-axis will be here in between. Below that will be loss. Above that will be profit. Always my PV chart will start from where? From loss. From loss will be my fixed cost. At 0 units, my loss will be fixed cost. Second point will be break-even point, where it intersects. Third point will keep on going. PV chart, PV line, all the profit volume line, all of that. Below will be your loss, above will be your profit. This graph is called as PV chart. Understood, all of you? I will show you the graph now, but are you able to visualize?
Yes, sir.
Now I will send you a photo in the group. Did all of you get the photo? Open the photo once, no? Open the photo, no? This is how a profit volume chart looks like. In the previous case, if you see, our fixed cost was, okay, in exam they will ask, what is your fixed cost? You can tell what is fixed cost. 50,000. Fixed cost is because it's 0 units, it will be 50,000. And we keep on going. Where it intersects here is called as a break-even point. Where because here a profit or loss is 0. No profit, no loss. So 10,000 units is a break-even point. 50,000 units is a fixed cost or loss. And above will be your, anything above this will be a profit. Understood? We will do one practical question. Chart we will do in the next class. But now we will do one practical question and we will close today's class. A chart, to do chart you need a book. Next class please get your books. After that we will do. Okay, now we'll do one question. Take your books and write down. Selling price 100 rupees per unit. Variable cost 60 rupees per unit. Selling price 100 rupees per unit. Variable cost 60 rupees per unit. Fixed cost is 2,50,000. The company budgets to produce 12,000 units. 2,50,000. The company budgets to produce 12,000 units. We'll assume it to be budgets and sales. Company budget to produce and sell 12,000 units. We will do one by one. Find break-even point in units. Don't have to write the question, just find out. Find break-even point in units. So find break-even point in units. What answer you got? 6250 units. With old formula, find break-even point in amount. That is sales amount. Find break-even point in amount with old formula. How much? 6250 into 100, 6,25,000. Using the better formula or new formula, find the break-even point in amount. Using the main formula, find the break-even point in amount. What is the formula? First tell me, what is the second formula to find break-even point? Fixed cost divided by CS ratio. What is CS ratio? Contribution per unit divided by sales, divided by sales per unit, or total contribution divided by total sales. 40%. Contribution is 40, divided by sales is 100, 40 divided by 100 is 40%. Fixed cost divided by 40%. Take your calculator and put 2,50,000 divided by 60% or 40%. Divided by 40% or divided by 0.4. Whatever you put, you'll get the same answer only. What you got? 6,25,000. Same answer only you should get. Understood break-even point? Second question. Number of units to be sold to generate a profit of 90,000 rupees. Calculate the number of units we have to sell to generate a profit of 90,000 rupees. $8,500. How you found out? Fixed cost is how much? 2,50,000 plus 90,000 required profit divided by contribution per unit is 100 minus 60. That will be 40. If you do that, what are you getting? 8,500 units. 8,500 units will be your break-even point. Sorry, required profit. Number of units to sell, required profit. Find amount. If they ask for amount, what will you do? Divide by CS ratio or multiply by the selling price per unit. Whatever you do, you get the same answer. What you are getting? 8,50,000 will be your answer. That is 8,500 into 100 or 8,500 divided by 40%. Whatever you do, you get the same answer as 8,50,000. Sorry, that amount, not 8,500, 3,40,000 divided by 40%. If you do, you will get 8,50,000. Understood, all of you? Find margin of safety in units. Find margin of safety in units. Huh? 2,250. What you got? 5,750. Any other answer? 5,750. Any other answer? Margin of safety is any units above your break-even point units. What is the total units, total budget units? 12,000 units. Minus what is break-even point units we found out? 6,000, huh? 6,250. 12,000 minus 6,250 if you do, you will get 5,750 as your break-even point units. Understood all of you? What is, sorry, what we found out? Margin of safety. Margin of safety in units. What is margin of safety as a percentage? What is margin of safety as a percentage? 57.9. Any other answer? 47.9. Any other answer? Got all of you? 47.9. What you did? What is the margin of safety units? 5,750 divided by total units is 12,000 into 100 will give you 47.9%. What is break-even point if they ask in units and if they ask us percentage? Break-even point if they ask us percentage? 52.1 or 53. 52.1 more again. 52.1%. That is 100 minus this you can do, or you can also do break-even point. That is 6,250.
Yes, sir.
6,250 divided by 12,000 into 100 also you can do, or 100% minus a margin of safety percentage also you will get the same answer. Understood all of you? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, now take 10 minutes time, discuss what and all is being done today. Revise that thoroughly and come. These are the basics for the next set of concepts we are going to do in the next class. Revise it thoroughly and come. Because next set of concepts if you want to have, you need to have the book. Revise that and come and get your books also. Next class we will finish this chapter. One of the most important chapters, very important. Next class we'll finish. Nothing more is there. Two more concepts are there similar to this. That is also very easy. My next class we will be done with this chapter, and then we will move on to exam kit questions. Next class we will do exam kit questions on this. We will do exam kit questions on CVP analysis. But next class, please come 100% thorough with whatever we did till now. Be 100% thorough. That is what we are, a part of this one we will do the next class. Next class we will complete this. Next class we will do exam kit questions. With that, we will be done with this very important chapter. 1 out of 9 chapters will be done. Understood? Once we complete this chapter, I will start a theory. Once you complete this chapter this week, from next week I will start a theory. Daily 10 minutes or 15 minutes we will focus on theory. We will mug up theory and finish it off. Theory also we will do side by side. Theory is also equally important. We will do it side by side. We will mug up in class only. This time, while going to exam, we will try to aim for 90%. Let's not go aim for 50%. Study half and go. We will try to aim for 90% this time. We will see what goes wrong where. 90% is possible. My student last time he got 90 marks. 90 marks. That's an online student. Physical secondary. You will somehow online student 1% got 90 marks. Last attempt in PM. So please we can also get. We will prepare for 90 marks. We will aim for 90% minimum. We will easily get. It's very easy. Provided we do all exam questions thoroughly along with this and theory, logic plus mugging up. Full theory will mug up. Whatever theory is going to come for exam, we'll mug up starting to an A to Z. We'll mug up everything along with logic. Understood? I'll see you guys in the next class. And goodbye.